Hello world, I'm Julian Caldwell, aka Jay Swiss. You're watching Towards the Top TV. Rakim, Kool Herc, Redman. What do they have in common? Well, there's hip-hop, and then there's Photo Rob, a man just as prolific with the camera as they are with the mic. To have seen Robert Adam Mayer at work is to have witnessed the shooting by camera. Mayer, better known to the hip-hop community as Photo Rob, has photographed hip-hop giants as well as a slew of New York's finest and most reputable figures in the underground scene. The lifelong hip-hop fan has also shot magazine covers for publications focused on hip-hop and more. A trained photographer and graduate of Syracuse University, Photo Rob first took his fine arts degree to the New York City blocks as a street photographer. In 2007, he took to the now-defunct Knitting Factory in Manhattan, where promoter Peter Agostin put on shows highlighting some of the culture's legends and up-and-comers.
I would just go over there and start shooting. I'd bring my background, and then Peter Agostin was like, who is this clown, setting up shop?
Yeah, because you would bring everything.
Yeah. I mean, there was times like I would be backstage and the owner of the place would be like, yo, what are you doing?
What he was doing was capturing history, which Agostin and the artists themselves began to notice. Photo Rob was invited back continuously for 2 years until the venue closed in 2008. Also since 2007, Mayer has been a resident photographer with the annual Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival, which is one of the country's largest festivals for the genre. Photo Rob's skills are certainly recognized, but he's quick to pass off the credit.
I don't think it has that much to do with me. My skills, are I think I'm pretty good at what I do. But I'm not, I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, look how great I am. I took a picture of this genius musician. But I think my pictures are, pretty darn good.
And while he's trained in the fundamentals of shooting and editing, he says a lot of his work is just about instincts.
A lot of times you're just following the action. If there's a moment like where Kanye West ran out stage or Redman ran out into the audience, I'm not sitting there going like, how can I'm just like, I need to be over there. And I run over there and then I take the best pictures I can. So a lot of times it's not such a, a cerebral thought process.
But one thing always on Photo Rob's mind is respect for the other people at a show. His advice to fresh faces in the profession is to consider the audience, performer, and other photographers while in the pursuit of that money shot.
Some new guys can get a little bit overzealous and maybe block audience members or other photographers, or even disturb the performer if they're running with them the whole time. You got to remember what's going on around you and have respect for, try to have respect for, the people that are around you.
Mayer comes prepared with that knowledge for shows, but on a summer day in 2001, news of an airplane crashing into the World Trade Center called him to a new assignment. Acting on his instincts, Photo Rob left his 23rd Street apartment with the camera and film, hopped on his bike, and pedaled to a closer spot where he found a clear view of the towers in between buildings.
So I stopped there, was taking some pictures, and then the first tower fell down as I was taking a portrait of a guy sitting in front of it, looking. We didn't expect it to go down, and then I snapped a few, and then that picture is right when the first one fell, and the smoke clouds billowed up around the other buildings.
Following the attacks, he began volunteering with the 9/11 photo project Here Is New York to help them scan photographs. Here Is New York curator Michael Schulen became a curator of the 9/11 Memorial Museum that opened in May. Schulen remembered Mayer and his photography, and as a result, Photo Rob has a print of his photograph that hangs at nearly 20 feet tall in the museum.
To have something in a museum of that importance is an honor and a privilege, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it, even though it's such a horrible event.
Photo Rob's versatility is so well respected that artists have gone beyond asking for concert photos and called on him to shoot album cover artwork. It's a job he doesn't take lightly.
I'm really following the artist's lead, like, hey, this is my album. I've spent a year and a half, 3 years on this. I want this to look good. Here's what the music's about. Here's what the album's about.
Mayer often hears parts of an album or the entire project before or during a shoot. The process varies, with inspiration sometimes coming last minute.
There's so many different ways that artists approach me, and they want to, some guys are very in control. Sometimes we're winging it and running around in the street.
Taking the opportunity to recently sift through his extensive body of work put into perspective for himself the growing legend that Photo Rob is becoming.
I did the work, so I know how much work that was. But I'm also, when I look at the body of work today, it's really awesome. It's great. In a nutshell, it's like, it's so cool. I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, you can believe it. The proof is in the pictures. Thanks for watching Towards the Top TV. I'm Julian Caldwell, aka J Swiss. Peace.